Yes, I have an STD list. It's not a list of STDs. It's my shit to-do list. My wife hates that. I think it's hilarious. But yeah, it's my stuff to do or shit to-do list as I refer to it. And it's not really household chores. Lord God knows I need a list of those. These are just more creative ideas, I guess, topics that I want to talk about because, I got the podcast thing that I play with, and a lot of these topics never really come up. I haven't really had an opportunity to discuss them, and to be honest with you, I'm still exploring them myself, and I thought, you know what, I'm just going to talk about them myself. And last night, at the top of my list, I've been wanting to knock it out, was, hey, you know what, it was kind of a I want to give back video, because I'm always talking to people about ISO, shutter speed, and aperture. I'm always explaining these things to people all the time. I thought, hey, why not just make a video? Put it out there. Although there is so many videos on these very topics. It's nothing I'm putting out is groundbreaking. It's just, I don't know, my version, which is probably a much longer version than everyone else's. I had a lot of philosophy and my thoughts, which probably don't even belong, but whatever. It's my video. It's the way I wanted to make it, and that's what I put out. I know as I'm getting older, I'm seeking less and less validation, but it's always there. You make something, you put it out there. And if I'm sober, actually, I wanted to talk about this. Drinking. It's kind of what this video, the reason I decided to make this video, which is I'm a whiskey drinker for the most part. I drink beer and everything else, but I'm on a whiskey kick. And last night I was on a whiskey kick on an empty stomach. I'm 45 years old. I don't know if it's my age, because it seems like all my friends in this age group drink more than we've ever drank before. Also, I have COVID. You can't tell, can you? Because it's not really affecting me. I did test positive. So I'm just kind of hunkering down, laying low. What is it? I am in quarantine. And I had nothing better to do other than to make some videos, because I can't watch any more television. And it's been fun. I made some last night. Alcohol helps that process. I can tell you right now, I'm sober, 100% sober. Maybe a little hungover, but 100% sober. And I'm curious, is it my age group? Is there a lot more 45-year-old guys out there in the 40 range that's drinking more than they ever have? I'm not going to say I started drinking more just because COVID came along, which I'm talking about over the last couple of years. My drinking has probably been like this for a few years, several. I've drank my whole life. Sorry, Mom. But I've drank my whole life. But as I get older, I tend to consume more. And I look around me and it feels normal because all my friends are drinking. And I think, do I need more friends? I love them. They're all amazing people. It's just, I don't know. It's like a cultural thing. I was talking to my son about it this morning. He's 24 now, and he doesn't drink. He has. He just doesn't prefer it. He doesn't like it. And I admire that. I wished I was like that. I love alcohol. The problem with alcohol is I just made a series of videos on validation. I was riding my dirt bike just bullshitting about it. Wound up being 3 videos and what validation is and my thoughts on it, where it comes from. And it's, I believe it's driven by the ego. And the funny thing about alcohol is it doesn't suppress the ego. I used to think maybe, you say you lose your alcohol helps you lose your inhibitions and you don't care. I think you care more. Maybe you could care less what people think or say in the moment, but I can assure you the next morning, the regret that I personally have, and I've got a lot of friends that can relate to it, that empty feeling in the morning, you're like, oh, shit, who did I message? And you spend the next couple of hours, not from being blacked out, I don't know, it's just hard to remember. And you're going through your messages like, oh my God, why did I send that? Why did I say that? And none of it was bad, but just random messages to people you haven't talked to in forever. For what reason? Last night for me, seeking validation. I put these videos out and I'm like, hey, let's see what they think about them. Let's put them out there. Oh my God, how cringy. But what I do to go feel better is watch videos on, who's that guy? Jeremy, what is that guy's name? Hold on. Jeremy DeWitt on YouTube. He's like this serial police impersonator. You see videos of this guy and you're like, okay, I'm not so bad. or Dan Brazilian or whatever his name is. I can't pronounce his name. These just real cringe dudes. They make me feel better about myself. I realize, okay, well, you have a few weak moments when you're drinking, but other than that, you're tolerant. People can tolerate you. So, I'm curious. Does anyone else have this issue? You know, no matter how old you get, I don't think the desire to want to be accepted or loved goes away. Maybe it affects you less, but it still seems to, no matter what, have an effect. At least it does on me. I talked to my friends, and I was like, God, man, can you believe I did this? I got drunk last night and started texting people, and all of them are like, oh, my God, dude, I hate it when I do that. It's so cringy. I'm like, thank God. I'm not the only one. And I don't say anything bad. I'm just saying hello randomly to random people that I haven't spoke to in years. Ugh. I spend the whole next day regretting it. I don't know. Is the alcohol exposing something? Is that what it does? Creatively, the alcohol really helps me. It helps me want to do something. It helps me to want to be, I don't know, it motivates me to do things that suck. And sometimes making videos sucks. But I don't know, it just makes a mundane job that much better. And honestly, creatively, I think it really opens up a lot of ideas for me. But there's this fine line that I can't. Number one, don't drink on an empty stomach. It's not something I think that should be practiced, because I was starving last night drinking straight whiskey, which is how I like to drink it. Well, I say straight, on ice. I like it a little watered down, personally. Yeah, I hate to make a video here about being drunk. It's not really what it's about. This video, I think, is about the results of your actions from being drunk. Or maybe it's the pros and the cons of alcohol. Guess I got to just be a little more responsible about it. I need a limit. I need like a measuring. I need a ruler on the side of my bottles, that like my daily dosage. Because I did see a video on whiskey being really healthy for you. A daily glass of whiskey. What was it? A daily drink. I probably overdo it. I met this like 95-year-old guy. His name was Dr. Thompson. This guy was in the most I would have sworn he was 60s. He was in his 90s. Matter of fact, he was living so long that I think he ultimately outlived what he had saved for. So he decided to sell his farm, and that's how I met him. He needed the money to keep going, to keep exploring life. And this guy fascinated me. He and his wife both. I mean, these were two adorably amazing individuals. But the strength and the endurance that this man had at like 95 years old, if I can think of it, I'll try to put a picture of me and him in a boat. But the boat, he would grab his flat-bottom boat and just drag it like it was nothing. This had to be 15 feet long, 12 to 15 feet. And I don't know, 10, 15 horsepower motor. He'd carry it on his shoulder, put it on the bottom. I'm like, how in the world are you doing this? And I got to hanging out with him, and we were drinking one evening, and I said, how do you do it? What keeps you so young? Boy, I wished he wouldn't have told me this, but he said, a tall glass of whiskey every single night. I thought, that is music to my ears. I felt justified when he said that. And I don't think he's wrong. I think he's 100% right. But I think the difference is I drink. When I do decide to drink, I drink, I don't know, 2 or 3 too many tall glasses of whiskey. I've got to learn to cut it off. I mean, I don't drink till I'm blacked out or anything, but I can guarantee you I do overdo it when I do drink. I got to find a way to be more disciplined under the influence of alcohol. Is that not a difficult thing? That's got to be the most difficult thing for someone that drinks. I don't know how you out there can drink and be disciplined while you're drunk. I think it's this. I think there's a limit. Now tell me if I'm wrong. There's got to be a limit after you go past this limit, it's over. Train wreck. I got to figure out what that limit is. I have no idea. I can tell you this, on an empty stomach, I think I hit that limit a little too fast, especially when I'm sitting down working here at my computer. I'm just working away. Just pounding. Whew. Anyway, I guess I'm just curious to see what you think. Is there anybody out there like me? I know there's a bunch. Whether or not you get on here and comment, I guess you can do it anonymously. But I don't want to feel alone. Let me know what you do. What is your secret to keeping from over-consuming or overindulging in your alcohol What is that? What is your marker? What is your sign? What do you use? Are you just responsible? Are you just more responsible? Do you just have more discipline? I don't know. I don't have it figured out. And I know this. I've got a lot of friends that can relate to me. Maybe that's why they're my friends. Maybe that's why I run in these circles, so I don't feel so alone. Because, God dang, the last thing I want to be is judged. You put yourself on the damn internet, and that's all you're looking for is judgment. Don't know why we do it. Luckily for me, my channel is tiny, and I don't promote it. It's just kind of like this private thing that I have, that I put out videos secretly. I don't put them on my social media accounts, which I don't have any, except for last night. I'm always trying to delete my Facebook. And I swear I can get to like that day 29 and something reminds me oh, you forgot to download your photos. And bam, I'm back in it and looking for an excuse. But for the most part, I'm never on any social media account. And yeah, last night I decided to get on there and say hello to a bunch of people that I haven't talked to in forever. Wake up at 5 a.m. this morning thinking, oh my Jesus. Oh my God, who did I text? Luckily, I didn't say anything bad, which that's not in my nature to say anything bad. It felt cringy, to be honest. You're in there trying to delete everything, like, oh my God, before somebody sees this. Have you ever been there? Have you ever sent drunken texts to old friends that you haven't talked to in years? Like, hey, where the hell have you been? Da 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 da. You never missed a beat. I'm sure some of you can relate. I hope you can. Anyways, if I decide to put this out, I hope you enjoyed it. I don't know. It was on my mind this morning. I just thought, man, I bet there's a lot of people out there that can relate to me. And I wonder, is there anybody out there that can give me some advice on finding my limit, that sign, that what is that last drink? What does it look like? What does it feel like? Maybe I'll grow up someday. Who knows? Who knows? My 50s. Maybe I'll spend my 50s recovering my liver. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching.